Hi all, in today's video we are going to have a look at what to do with our income in regards to spending on groceries. There might be situations where you find that in, say, some of the largest supermarkets, the cost of specific products that you're after is exactly the same. If location is in a similar position for you for a couple of the large supermarkets, where should you go? What should you do with your expenditure? The king really is the immediate savings you can make. If a product is the same cost, then you can look at further options. If you produce a shopping list that is a combination or consolidation of multiple different supermarkets to maximize your savings, then you can look further to determine where you should spend your money. A number of the large supermarkets have an option to be a loyalty member, and a loyalty member means that when you spend money at different supermarkets you can get some sort of a rebate, whether it's a cash rebate or a reward of some sort, like movie vouchers for example. In the first examples we're going to take a look at, we can see we have a number of products that are at the same value at two different supermarkets. So we've got the Fairy Liquid at one supermarket and then we look at the other and you notice that it's the same price. What I look at from here is what sort of loyalty options have I got? What promotions are going along with the different supermarkets? Some will have promotions where you can boost points and you can get to a goal a lot sooner to get a nice rebate. Some will have instant rebate options where if you spend a small amount you can get a decent amount of points back to reach your savings goal, or if you spend a certain amount over several weeks you can achieve a significant bonus. The important thing to remember here is not to overspend just for the point of getting points and getting a rebate. If you're paying higher amounts for a product just to reach your points bonus, then you'll find that you're actually wasting more money and probably paying for the reward that you're going to receive by spending more just to reach that goal. So you should never look at spending more just to reach a points goal. The other option that you might want to think about when it comes to the points, apart from what type of points offer they're providing for you, sometimes you'll have multipliers as well. If you spend a certain amount in a certain area, they might say you get 10 times the amount of points or 5 times the amount of points. I've seen 50 times the amount of points and 100 times the amount of points as well. So that can excel your points to get to the next tier or prize reward. It obviously gets you faster to your prize or your reward as well. You might also find, just out of interest, at certain times of the year that they might offer you more promotions to give you a little bit of a rebate, I guess, or some sort of value back to show appreciation as a customer, or to compete with other supermarkets to try and get your dollar, which is probably more so the case. When you've sort of looked at it and you think to yourself, okay, I've looked at the different points values that I get, there's nothing that really stands out. There is one additional option that you can look at. At different times, the larger supermarkets will have promotions where you can get products, like a rebate for products. You earn credits for a certain amount of expenditure. You can sometimes get bonus credits for buying specific products. Notably, I've seen where they've had purchases of newspapers where you can get 5 credits, which normally you might have to spend $100 or $150 to get that. The products can be advantageous. Sometimes they can be worthwhile. Other times you probably don't care less. But even then you could use them as gifts. We're going to take a look at two different types of promotions that the supermarkets have had in the last year or so. One being knives and another being glassware as well. They're both quite good, and if it's something you need, then it's worthwhile stacking up the points. If you're going to spend at the supermarkets anyway, you may as well get the points to use for some of these products without having to pay any extra. They do have options which they can sort of pull you in, where you can spend credits and actual money. It's obviously each to their own as to what you do. Personally, I don't need them that much that I need to spend cash on the items, and usually you can get a number of the items through just saving up your credits. You don't have to spend massive amounts of money to get a few little items before the expiry of the promotion ends. So yeah, glassware, knives, sometimes there's been pots and pans, plates, cutlery, other sorts of cutlery, all sorts of different options. So they're quite worthwhile. One thing you don't want to do though is overspend just to get these items. You can easily literally pay for these items through overspending just to reach a goal. But there's a few little options there, a few little tips that you can utilize to push your dollar further. Make sure you maximize your savings. That's the number one. Then look for these points boosters. If you look for the points boosters and you find they can reach a rebate goal faster, then utilize that as a good option. For me, third would be these credits. If you can earn some products just by your normal everyday expenditure, then utilize that. In looking at these little tips and options for getting the most out of your money, you can stack these options. For instance, you can obviously do the normal savings that you get from the sales that are available. You can utilize the points boosters, and if they've got one of these product promotions, you can utilize that. So with one expenditure, you can get the benefit of sales and saving money there, rebates that you can get later on for your points, and also getting products as well for free. On top of that, if you use a credit card and you've got a loyalty system with that, you can also get points for that you can use for rewards such as cash and gift cards, movie tickets, etc., etc. In that respect, with one expenditure, you're hitting 4 areas that you can get some extra value out of your dollar. Something to think about, especially as we're all getting hit hard with the cost of living. We've got to push our dollar as far as we can. Well, everybody, I hope that this has given you some ideas, given you some tips on what to do with your expenditure. We've got to think about it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe. Click on the little notification bell for future videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.